What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears, recapping day 13 of training camp practice, the last one at Halas Hall before the team leaves for Indy next week. They will be practicing against the Colts Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And our first preseason action is this Saturday at noon. The defense had one of its most dominating practices of the summer, but the offense still had their moments. By my count, this was the second practice that the defense has won definitively, with the offense getting the better of the D for the majority of camp. However, I wanted to mention this before getting into today's breakdown, because the first time the defense won, Bears media and some fans had some wild overreactions. It's good for the defense to win some days. Honestly, I think the defense should be winning more often than they have in camp. They aren't getting exotic looks and get to play a lot of man defense. They should be flying around and making the offense uncomfortable. We want the defense to have some big days. Iron sharpens iron. Okay, guys not practicing today were Jaquan Brisker, Chase Claypool, Tremaine Edmonds, Nate Davis, Lucas Patrick, DeMarcus Walker, Terrell Smith, and Dylan Cole. I think it's safe to assume that none of these guys are going to play on Saturday against the Titans. Most of the guys on that list are veterans, and I honestly don't think they need much time in the preseason. The one that worries me the most right now would be Nate Davis, because the offensive line needs to gel together, and then also Terrell Smith on defense. He's a rookie, and he's in competition with Tyreek Stevenson for a starting job. He's already falling behind. Missing Saturday's game won't do him any good. Let's get right into today's breakdown. Justin Fields was up and down today. As he rarely had much time in the pocket, I think he tucked and ran the ball more than I've seen throughout camp so far. The defensive line just had a great day and forced Fields to throw some incompletions. He still ripped off some nice plays and some beautiful TD passes as well. DJ Moore continues to be his favorite target. There's not really much more I can say about DJ right now. I just can't wait to see it in the regular season. Also, Darnell Mooney has stepped up the last 2 days with Claypool on the sideline and is getting more and more involved. He made some nice plays again today. Equanimous St. Brown has also been more involved in the offense, but he's dropped a couple of passes. Speaking of drops, Tyler Scott, who showed off awesome hands early in camp, has been struggling with drops for the better part of the last week. No reason to panic yet, but Scott needs some extra work on the jugs machine for sure. Velus Jones made a couple of nice catches today and was involved with the first team offense a bit, and Dante Pettis returned and had his first practice at camp. Newcomer Mercedes Lewis also made his debut today. He caught a screen pass for a big chunk gain and had a couple of other plays as well. Robert Tonyan was also involved today. Our tight end room looks really good heading into the season. On the offensive line, Braxton Jones had some great back and forth battles with Ngakoue today. I love what he brings to the table as a pass rusher, and he's already making Braxton better. Same for Darnell Wright on the other side. He continued his solid camp as well. He pancaked Rasheem Green on a rep today. His biggest issue of camp has been learning the cadences. Eberflus said it yesterday that Tennessee only had 2 cadences on offense, so he's learning a lot right now. He did have a false start during the 2-minute drill on a 4th and 1 play where they were going to go for it. After the penalty, instead of going for it, they brought in Cairo Santos to kick a field goal on 4th and 6. He did nail it though. The offensive line overall had some struggles today, but also had some moments where they gave Justin Fields a nice clean pocket to work from, and he took advantage of it when they did. I will be watching this offensive line very closely on Saturday. Even the backups, I want to see where guys like Alex Leatherwood, Jatari Carter, and Kellen Deschar are coming into this year. It's hard to evaluate them too much in camp. I want to see them in pads in game action. Same for other guys like Doug Kramer, Dieter Iceland, and Larry Borum as well. I'm looking for someone to stand out among our backup offensive linemen. I'll let you know after Saturday's game what I see. And then on to the defense. Andrew Billings started the 11-on-11 period by blowing up the pocket and forcing Fields to throw the ball away. He also blew up a couple of run plays. Billings had another awesome day and looked unblockable at times. We also got to see Yannick Ngakoue and Terrell Lewis lined up on the first team at defensive end. Ngakoue, Terrell Lewis, and D-Rob are probably our best pass rushers at defensive end. I love DeMarcus Walker too, but him missing a couple of practices only gets more reps for T. Lewis, D-Rob, and DeAnthony Jones. Rasheem Green may have been pancaked by Darnell Wright, but he also had a couple of nice reps today. He beat Ja'Tari Carter on a nice stump move and forced Fields to throw an incomplete pass. Dominique Robinson also won a couple of his reps, and he batted down a Fields pass. Justin Jones also got a couple of pressures on the inside, as overall the defensive line just had a great day. The MVP on the defense today for me was Gervon Dexter. I think he heard the criticism from Bears media, and he was exploding off the line of scrimmage today. It seemed to me like he had put in extra work, because he looked noticeably more explosive today. He absolutely destroyed Ja'Tari Carter and Alex Leatherwood on a couple of reps. He also batted down a Justin Fields pass and stuffed Deontay Foreman and Khalil Herbert for big tackles for loss. Big Dex was just everywhere today. He looked awesome. At linebacker, fellow rookie Noah Sewell had one of the first big plays of the day. It was a blitz up the middle where he pressured Fields. Noah Sewell looks to be getting more and more comfortable in this defense. I like what he's done so far. Barrington Wade, the newly signed linebacker, also had an interception today off of Tyson Bagent. My honorable mention for best player today goes to yet another rookie, Tyreek Stevenson. He's made the most of his extended first team reps now that Terrell Smith is out. He broke up multiple passes today and looked very fluid and smooth in coverage. He's also a physical presence. Stevenson is a playmaker, and he seems to be getting more and more comfortable in this defense already. That's great news. With Jaquan Brisker being out, Adrian Colbert has seen some reps with the first team. Elijah Hicks and Colbert might be battling for the third safety spot, but it also seems like Hicks is the primary backup at free safety for Eddie Jackson, while Adrian Colbert has been working more in as the backup to Jaquan Brisker. I like that setup, honestly. Alright, before I go today, I wanted to take another minute to talk about Big Dex. I think I've finally decided he's my favorite rookie from this year's class. It was so hard for me to not choose Darnell Wright. I was just such a big fan even before the draft, but I'm an even bigger fan of Gervon Dexter. There was a cool story after practice today. Gervon Dexter was seen on the field learning from Yannick Ngakoue. He also talked about it during yesterday's press conference, how excited he was to pick Yannick's brain, and today he had his best practice at camp so far. Coincidence or not? And then after he had a great practice, he stayed on the field and worked with Ngakoue one-on-one, learning some pass rush technique from the former Pro Bowl pass rusher. It looks like he was teaching him the cross chop. Man, oh man, if Gervon can pick up this move, or even his own variation of the cross chop on the inside, that could be a devastating move and crucial to his development. This can only make Big Dex even better. I'm so excited to watch him on Saturday, and so many other players. I honestly don't think I've ever been this hyped for a preseason game. The end of last year was brutal. I spent countless hours watching tape of this team lose heartbreaking games. By the end of the season, I was burnt out on watching tape. I didn't do all 22 breakdowns for the last few games of the year because I just couldn't watch it again. It was too painful. But fast forward through this incredible offseason, and I'm just so hyped to watch preseason football. I'll probably be breaking down this week's tape all weekend long. I cannot wait. I'm going to be working on the Tyler Scott and Andrew Billings all-22s as well, while also breaking down the Bears preseason action before I head to Indy next week for the Bears-Colts inter-scrimmage practices. Stay tuned, guys. I have so much more coming. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. Please remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.
Be fair, come over here.
Be fair, come on.
What's up, Swift? It's Kyler Gordon. Just want to do a quick shout out to Swift Sports Network with all the latest news on the Bears. Keep doing your thing. Just hope you have a good day, man. And I just want to say, bear down.